speaking to me clearly?
Sandals.
Sandals? Very good. And as you look at the ground around you, what is it that you're stood on? Are you inside or outside?
Outside.
Uh-huh. And is it day or is it night?
Morning.
It's morning. And now I want you to connect with your body. And feel the energy of the body. And tell me, do you sense that you're male or female?
Now.
You're male. Uh-huh. And how old do you sense that you are?
35.
You're 35. Uh-huh. So if you're 35 years old, you'll know your name. What do people call you in that life?
Sure.
John. Mm-hmm.
No, not sure.
You're not sure? Is it a J? No. Well, I want you to connect with your body now, and I want you to just rock from the left to the right. And as you swing from the left to the right, I want you to draw the information to that memory, that past life memory through. And I want you now to be able to sense your landscape. So if you knew, what would your landscape look like?
Desert.
It's a desert. Uh-huh. So what are you doing there?
Fighting. A soldier.
You're waiting for a soldier.
Find a soldier.
Yeah. So what's so special about this soldier that you're waiting for or finding? Are you looking for him?
Find him.
You're him?
Yeah.
Do you sense that you're on your own or with others?
With others.
You're with others. Uh-huh. Is there a large group of you or just a small group?
Lots of men.
So what is the purpose of all these men being there in the desert? What's going on?
To attack.
You're going to attack?
Yeah. Yeah, to attack.
This desert, what country are you in? You'll just get a knowing. What country is it?
Italy.
You're in Italy. Uh-huh. And in a moment I'm going to count down from 3 to 1. And when I get to 1, you'll see some numbers in your mind, and that will be the year that you live. So when you're ready, 3, 2 and 1. What year is it there?
1604.
1604. And you say that you're there with lots of men to attack. So who are you fighting against?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure. So tell me, do you have any family in that life? Uh-huh. What I'd like to do is I'd like you to go and visit that family. So just drift away from that scene, and just as I continue to talk with you, just make your way to your family, drifting, floating in time towards your family. And tell me, the relationship that you have with your family, is it a good one? As you get closer and closer now, tell me, do you have a wife?
Yeah.
I want you to see your wife in front of you now. Describe her to me. What does she look like if you knew?
Small.
She's small. Uh-huh. And what colour are her eyes?
Blue.
Blue. Those wonderful blue eyes. Knowing that the eyes are the windows to the soul. I want you to telepathically communicate now. Looking through the eyes and going deep into that soul, and tell me, does that soul remind you of anybody today?
Yeah.
Who is? Oh, are they? Very good. So you've chosen another life together. And tell me, do you have any children in that life?
Yeah.
See them in front of you now and tell me, how many children have you got?
3.
3. And as you connect with those children there, are they all boys or all girls or a mix? What are they?
3 boys.
3 boys. And as you connect with these 3 boys, knowing that you can just look into their eyes and you can instantly connect with their soul, look into their eyes and tell me, are any of those boys from that life in your life today? What's your first impression? No. Very good. So now what I want you to do is I want you to close that scene, and I want you to go drifting, floating through time and space now. Closing that scene, drifting, floating through time and space. And I want you to go to the next significant time in that life when something is happening. So just feel yourself drifting, floating forward to the next significant time when something is happening. Drifting, floating forward now. 3, 2, 1. And you're there now. How old are you now, John?
6.
You're 6. Connect with your body and tell me, are you male or are you female? What do you sense?
The dog.
You're a dog? And whereabouts is that dog? Look around. Is it outside or is it inside?
Inside.
It's outside. And what's significant about bringing me to this particular thing?
Cold. The snow.
Say that again.
It's cold. There's snow.
Oh, it's cold in the snow. What, does it have an owner? Do you have an owner as that dog?
Yeah.
Well, let's go and visit that owner then. Just see yourself now making your way to your master. See yourself there now and tell me, is your master a male or female? Female? Mm-hmm. And pardon?
He's a man.
It's a man. It's a male. Uh-huh. And you're going to know how this master treats you. Is he good to you?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And as you look and connect into the eyes, knowing that the eyes are the windows to the soul, I want you to look into that master's eyes and telepathically communicate deep within that soul there and tell me, is that man in your life today? You'll just have a knowing. If he doesn't remind you of anybody, we can just move on. So tell me about this.
He reminds me of my friend.
He reminds you of your friend. Uh-huh.
Timmy.
Friend Timmy. Mm-hmm. Very good. Very good. So why have you brought me to this scene where you're taking on the role of a dog? What is significant about this role for you? To be one, to come down in human form and then come down in dog.
Keeping him warm.
Oh, you're keeping your master warm? Mm-hmm. And is that your role?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what I want to do now that we've got that information about your master and your friend there, I want to close that scene and I want to go to the last day of your life so that we can evaluate that life and just to find out what the contract was. Mm-hmm. So when you're ready, just close that scene and just imagine that your mind is drifting and floating through time and space all the way to the very end of that last day, totally detached from any pain, fear or emotion. And tell me, how old are you there now?
48.
You're 48? Uh-huh. Are you still the dog or are you changed into someone else?
Man. Big man.
You're a man? Uh-huh. What's your name there? What do people call you in that life?
Angus.
Angus. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. So that was one of the questions that we were going to put forward. Angus, congratulations for coming forward and working with us. Angus, you've been connecting with him in his trance, haven't you, Angus?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Tell me, are you one of his guides? Uh-huh. And is that why you've been coming through?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So what are you working with him? What things are you working on today?
Helping him discover himself.
Discover himself. How's he doing?
He's getting there.
Uh-huh. So Angus, you know that the soul is more powerful than the body. And what I want you to do now, Angus, is I want you to take a nice deep breath and I want you to step out of that body and just be about 3 foot above the body so that we can evaluate that life. So tell me, what was his contract in that life as Angus? What was your contract?
To protect.
To protect. And how did you do in that life? Did you protect well, or could you have protected better?
Protect well.
You protected well. Well, Angus, you know that your soul is bigger than that body, and you know that you can travel back home or to any place that you want to be. So take a look around and see if anyone's come to collect you, or describe to me where you go next. What happens?
I've done that.
hmm As I continue to talk to you, I want you to sense that energy from Spirit coming to collect you to take you home, Angus. And the more I talk, the stronger and stronger that connection comes, until you can sense and see and just have a knowing that that's something there has come to collect you to take you home. What do you sense there, Angus?
He's with him.
He's with him.
He needs me to be with him. He's not strong enough yet.
Oh, Angus doesn't want to leave you. So I want to connect with Angus, and I want Angus to use his voice. Angus, did you not go back to Spirit when you had the chance? Angus?
No.
No? So why didn't you go to Spirit when you had the chance? What was happening in your life?
He's patient. He needed patience.
So Angus needed patience.